Welcome back to Press Party. The media fails a lot, and we like to take a look at those mistakes so maybe they don't happen again. Unfortunately, sometimes we just don't learn. 82-year-old Bill Young was the longest-serving Republican member of Congress until he died on October 18th. But journalists around the country reported his death before it happened. All it took was one tweet from a St. Petersburg blogger, and NBC's Luke Russert picked up on it, and the retweets followed. Well, the journalist who originally tweeted this was told by distant family members Young had passed, and he immediately issued a correction tweet and wrote a blog apologizing, but the damage was already done. Now, we continue to see this over and over. Why don't we learn?
Maybe actually went to some small local TV station and worked his way up in the career as opposed to just getting right to NBC. He would have learned mistakes early on.
But it wasn't just Luke Russert.
There's a little hateration in there?
Totally. I'm totally jelly belly of him. I'll admit it. I wish I could have started at the network.
But it wasn't just him. Lots of other journalists, Fox News
Gretchen Carlson also did it as well.
Yeah. I think it's in the news space, folks have to substantiate where things are going to, coming from, and in particular in Twitter, which is now public today. And
nice job,
did you buy a little something?
Nah, it's
okay,
cool.
Okay, cool. But I think it's really important that they substantiate that, and things can go viral so quickly. And so we need to be. And we looked at Mayor Menino's retirement actually got announced on Twitter prior to other folks. So there's a need and a want to get that jump, but you still have to substantiate your sources.
Right, because so these people were taking it from this other journalist, and they didn't know where he had gotten that information from, and his information turned out to be wrong.
I think the one thing that's upsetting in all of this is that as a reporter, normally if you're not a public figure, you have to first make sure that the family has been notified. So when you find out in a car crash, for instance, you get the victim's name. You never release it unless the police has told you that the family knows. But when you're a public figure, you don't get treated with that same level of respect, and I think that's sad.
Mm-hmm. And also for the family, right? So you're already dealing with the fact that your loved one and your elder is passing away.
And that's why this blogger had learned from a distant family member that distant family member was just wrong. So but I think, and he apologized, it just didn't, the news didn't spread fast enough to the other people who had already reported it. So that's where.
And I think, again, that viral push, when something gets going, and if there's a hashtag, for whatever, and it gets going, it's a trending topic, within minutes oftentimes, which is a really sad piece. But in this case, it also further hurts that family. Right, so you're already dealing with the possible death of a loved one, and then people announcing that person died before they died. That hurts.
Mm-hmm. Gabriel, has anything?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, has anything been taken out of context for you on Twitter, or have you dealt or tweeted out before you wanted people to know?
I don't think we have enough time to go over that right now.
Too many.
Too many things go out take out of context on Twitter. Yeah, but this is just why people become so jaded towards the media and towards journalists. And there's a lot of good journalists out there that are doing their job. A lot of them are going into very, very dangerous areas and risking their lives and coming back with real stories. But in the end,
that's called City Hall.
I guess that could be one of the areas. But
you're far enough away today for no.
But you got a small number of apples out there that kind of ruin it for everybody else and just kind of muddy the waters. And unfortunately, people get a bad view of the media overall because of things like that.
All right, well, that's all the time we have for this week. Thanks once again to our panel and to all our viewers. And don't forget to keep the debate going. Leave a comment on our Press Party chat. For Press Party and Suffolk University, I'm Katie Eastman. We'll see you next week.